Hey there, NAC Warrior. So today I'm going to be talking about the cleanse I'll be going on starting the 1st of January. And I thought I'd lay it out for you so that you could go ahead and join me. So essentially, it's going to be, you get to choose how long you want it to be. I'm going to do anywhere between 3 to 7 days. It's typically what I like to do it, and it's just a way to reset. So just wanted to talk about that today. Um, if you're watching this on YouTube, please make sure to subscribe, like, and follow. If you're listening to this on a podcast, please share this and answer the question that I put in there for the episode. And if you're watching this on Facebook, go ahead and ask your questions. I'm doing this live, and you can go ahead and I will look at those questions and respond to those either in this episode or a future one. If there's something you'd like me to talk about in the future and have a future episode on, please feel free to let me know. And I want to share with you at least my experience with that question. If I have the experience with that question. If not, I can always reach out to my network of individuals, dietitians, and professional trainers, and they can help us answer some of the questions, or Google's always fun. So with that, I don't have any sponsorships. I will be putting affiliated links into the description. That way, if you want to use the same products I will be doing during the cleanse, feel free to use those. Of course, use whatever you're comfortable with or what you're familiar with. I am going to try a different green drink this time around. I like to try different ones to see which ones will be better. So last time I used something called pH Miracle, and I'm not promoting them in any ways. I just what I used last time, and I believe Tony Robbins was selling some a long time ago. I don't know if he still is. I used that as well, and so the next one I'm going to be using, I forget the name of it, but I will put the affiliated link to that in the description. So with that, let's just jump right into the 10-day cleanse.
Welcome to the NAC Warrior Show.
So the 10-day cleanse, I would say I call it 10 days because I probably wouldn't do any more than 10 days. But the rules are simple, and I'll start pretty basic. You get to eat as much as you want, as many times as you want throughout the entire day. But you are consuming lots of water, as much water as you well, I shouldn't say as much water because you can overhydrate, but you want to at least consume some water. The ideal guideline is take your body weight in pounds. So if you're kilograms, convert that to pounds, then divide that by half, and that's the amount of ounces that you want to consume per day. As the recommended. I end up drinking a lot more, and I use the green drink. So here's the way the water works. So you're either putting green powder in it, the green drink, whenever you're using it. But if you don't want to use the green drink, the times that you just drink basic water, you're using pH drops. And you want to pretty much make sure that your drink or your water is neutral. You don't, or not acidic. You want it alkaline. So that's what we're trying to aim here for, is to make our, every time you use water, I use the alkaline drops, but you don't necessarily have to do that with the green drink. I tend to use it all the time during the cleanse. Typically, you're supposed to do liquids on the cleanse, but I'm doing mix of solids and liquids. So I may liquefy my greens and my vegetables. They say I've got this from multiple, I kind of combine this technique with a bunch of different things. Tony Robbins, someone he interviewed and looked at their book called pH Miracle, and I kind of came up with something that worked for me. That's the beauty of me kind of going through my journey. So as you go through this, I want to let you know that this is something that worked for me. Oh, and please talk to your doctor before you try something like this. Like, make sure you run it by them just to make sure they're okay with you doing it. But yeah, so I would take notes so that you can let them know they may have lots of questions. If they have a question that you're not aware of or don't know how to answer after watching this video, just send the question to me. I'll answer it, and then you can hand it over to your doctor to see, or dietitian or nutritionist, whoever your go-to person is for nutrition. Go to them, and I have no problem answering back and forth some questions that you may have. So this is a combination of what worked for me. Before I used to do just liquid, but now I jump between solids and liquids. So it doesn't matter. You can have soup, you can just blend your veggies up, or you can eat them just the way they are. The only thing is you can't add anything but spices to them. So you can't add oil, you can't put soy sauce or anything like that, but you can use spices. So you can do salt, pepper, paprika, cinnamon, any type of spice, but you can't use any type of dressing, nothing. You can boil it, you can bake it, you can broil it. I just prefer to not have anything burnt or overcooked. The more you can get it to the raw state, the better. And the more raw it is, the more liquid you can make it, the better as well. So technically, we want to make this an all liquid for 10 days, but you don't have to. So the more raw you go, I would say make it as more liquid as possible. If you decide to cook it, feel free to eat it whole. So I may have like broccoli with maybe a little sprinkle of pepper on it or something like that. But I'll what do you call it? Steam the broccoli. That's typically what I do. So you can do all those types of things, and you can have as much as you want. You want to stay away from sugary vegetables if possible. So stay away from and starchy. So no carrots. You can have them. It's better if you don't. No carrots, no beets, no potatoes, things like that. The more green, the better. That's the guideline. So the greener it is, the better. The less cooked, the better. The more liquid, the better. So that's really, if you could sort of like think of it in a triangle. So right in the sweet spot would be raw, liquefied. And how do you liquefy? You can get a juicer, but with the juicer, of course, you have tons of vegetables and you get like this much out of it. It's really not that great, so you have to add water usually to put it together. But then from there, that's what you're doing all day long, for anywhere between 3 to 10 days. You can do less, you can do more. I don't think you need to go more than 10 days. And if you go totally liquid, let's say you decide to go totally liquid, which this time I'm not, and I'll give you an update each day as I go through it. But I wanted to let you know now, just so that you can get the stuff, the pH drops and the powder. If you want, it gives you some time to do some research. And if you have Amazon, you can get it sent in 2 days. So we've got about 4 or 5 days before that comes in, if you wanted to follow along with me. So yeah, that's pretty much it. So the more solid, the more liquid, and the less sugary, the better, and the less cooked. Yeah, and the more green. Whoops. Trying this out. That's interesting. So more green, more liquid, more. I'm just gonna put this down. More green, more liquid, more raw, the better. All right. And of course, with the water, you want to make sure that it's as alkaline as possible. So get those pH drops, and there's instructions on it. And usually before I even start using the drops, I usually test it with some strips. I'll put a link to the strips as well, the pH strips. I used to use that to test my urine, but I don't think that's necessary, at least now where I'm at. I didn't think it was necessary to test my urine for alkalinity. So, but if that's something you really want to do, what you can do to take it to that next level with the cleanse is in the morning, you can test your urine and see if it's alkaline or not. If it's not alkaline, they say you can take a tablespoon mixed with water, alkaline water, of sodium bicarbonate, which is, I believe, baking soda, baking powder. I forget which one it is. I'll put that in the link as well as a addendum. But if that's something you want to do, you can do that in the morning and test your urine, and then later on, usually what you with the alkaline type of cleanse, you test your urine throughout the day to see if it's alkaline or not, if your body's alkaline. And if it isn't, then you do just keep trying to do your water with the drops to make sure it's alkaline. Do the sodium bicarbonate with the water throughout the day, and then naturally your body goes through an alkaline cleanse. And what the theory is behind the acidity cleanse is that what your body does is, if it's so there's a specific point of your body's trying to regulate the acidity in your body, and if it goes even minutely in the wrong direction, your body will it would just die. So what your body does to regulate that is create fat cells in order to protect yourself if it's too acidic. If it's alkaline, it can get rid of the fat cells. So what you want to do in this type of cleanse, if you want to go that direction, is to really let your body get into that alkaline, and then the body naturally sheds the fat. That's the theory. It's also the theory of where diseases come from. So your body is doing all these things to fight acidity. But I find that I've done it. I've gone completely alkaline. I've done like the whole cold press, and it worked wonders. I'll tell you that. It worked wonders. It worked too well, to be honest. I lost too much weight. So I found this, let's say, happy medium to what my body seems to like, which is go as much as you can with greens. But, I mix it up now. And every once in a while, I will do this type of cleanse where I won't go totally alkaline, but I will do the veggies, and just that's all I'm going to do is veggies for the next. I'll probably aim for 7. I'll probably aim for 7 days. But if I feel like my body's been regulated after 4, then that's where I'll stop. But I will share my journey each day starting the first. So again, I'll put the links to those in the description later on. And you can see the drops that I'm going to use. You can see the green powder I'm going to use. And again, it's just veggies. And the more green, the better. So make room for your fridge. Throw out all the leftovers that you may have after New Year's and everything, and make way for lots of veggies. And yeah, it's not that bad. Maybe the first day is the worst, and yeah, after that I seem to be fairly well. I did it with a whole group of people I worked with 3 years ago, and we all did it. They lasted maybe 4 days before they gave up on it, and I did the full 10. So 4 days seemed to do very good for them. And there was, let's see, 1, 2, including myself, there was 4 of us. So it wasn't a whole bunch of us, but it seemed everybody felt better. Everybody felt good after the holidays. So I don't see why it wouldn't work for you. But again, please talk to your dietitian, nutritionist, or doctor before you start something like this. And I'll put I'll put in the description sort of like the outline, so you kind of see, so you can see it instead of having to watch this over and over again. If you wanted to really get it, I'll put a list of like what the cleanse looks like in really simple format. And then again, I'll put the affiliated links. If you think somebody would be interested in something like this, feel free to please share this with them. I hope you join me with the cleanse. Even if you don't feel like you need a cleanse, try it out and see what this does for you. I'd be interested in, if you go along on the journey, what that means for you as well. Yeah, with that, I think I'll keep it simple today. I just wanted to share with you what's going to happen. So do your research, talk to your doctor, order the items that you want to do. Do it for a day, do it for 10 days, whatever feels comfortable for you. Start planning now. And I'll let you know, and I'll show you the stuff that I have when that time comes. So with that, let's see. If you like what I have today, again, please share this with other people. It helps me grow. and helps me understand. Actually, if you tell me future episodes you like me to talk about, please let me know. That will help me share what I can to serve you better, and at least share my journey in that aspect of it. And yeah, please give this a like, follow, subscribe, whatever. And I will talk to you tomorrow. Have a good one.